Good evening, YouTube. General Soul bringing you MLB The Show 23, Road to the Show, our Cubs starting pitcher for our third MLB start. This could be more challenging than the last game because we are against the best offense in MLB, the best team. We are going against the Blue Jays, who, if we look at the record now, we're not doing too good now. We've lost 3 in a row, and that knocked us down to 3 games back from the Cardinals because we won 2 against the Mets, then we lost, had a day off, and we've lost the first 2 against the Blue Jays. So now all of a sudden we're not doing so hot. But anyway, we're still in the running for the wild card. So cool. Blue Jays have the best record in baseball. They're 72-47. No one else is even at. Cardinals are at 70 and Padres are at 70. And when we looked at the rankings, the Blue Jays, they score more runs than anybody. Their pitching, however, is not that great. They give up the most home runs of anyone. So this could be interesting. So if we look at the calendar, they've scored 5 runs each game. Our ace lost to the Mets' number 5 pitcher. Our number 2 lost to, I don't know if he's their ace or not, lost here, and then our number 3 lost. So now it's up to me to make sure we don't get swept and to break that losing streak, or at the very least, worry about my own stats and don't fuck up. So far, we have not given up a single run yet. We pitched 15 innings and struck out 22. So we are doing pretty good in the majors. We're going against Chris Bassett. All right. I believe in last year's version, he ended up on the Mets for a year, and he was decent, if I'm remembering right. But it doesn't look like he's too awesome here. So maybe we have a shot at beating our streak here. So let's go. All right. We are still away. What uniform are you choosing for us? Okay, you're choosing like the regular outfit. All right. 1902, 1908. 29, 58, 79. Oof. I'm glad I didn't watch whenever I was that young because that is an ugly uniform. That's actually the uniform, the road uniform that they were wearing when I first started watching baseball. So I definitely remember that uniform. Home looks pretty similar to what they've always worn. Interesting. Okay, so that's about when they started doing the pinstripes. And that was the home uniform they were wearing whenever I started watching them, or watching baseball. I wasn't watching the Cubs, but I did have a channel that played a lot of Cubs games. And like I said, with the Mets being a rival, I was able to watch a lot of Mets games, a lot of Cub games. So I just remember as a kid, I fucking hated the Cubs because they would always come on and interrupt my cartoons. And I'm like, I don't care about the Cubs. I want my cartoons. Okay, so interesting. Again. Oh, and one thing I noticed whenever I was looking through our lineup and our transaction history, we traded Cody Bellinger for a guy who's, when we traded for him, was going to be out the entire year. So we traded a guy that was actually our best player for a guy that we weren't even going to get to have because he was injured. So this computer is stupid. All right, so the only real player Bo Bichette and George Springer. Okay, they do have some decent guys. But their big star that I was actually going to be worried about, they're sitting him out. Interesting. Okay, number 3, 4, and 5 are on a hot streak. Let's break that losing streak. Ooh, game of the week.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The national spotlight is on MLB The Show's game of the week. It's the Chicago Cubs and the Toronto Blue Jays. Along with Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Toronto Blue Jays have taken the first 2 games of this series, and today they'll go for the sweep. They played well, Chris, and they're looking for more of the same in this one.
Yeah, they've been the side shaking hands on the field after each game so far. Played solid baseball to earn those wins, as you said, but every game offers up its own unique challenges. So we'll see what those are today, but there's always a little extra motivation when you have an opportunity to sweep a series.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about ready to roll. And on the mound today, Chris Bassett. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of, tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
The 1-0. He swings and fouls one off.
Oh, we already have 2 runs. All right, we're off to a good start. The way I pitch.
Plays it first now.
The wind of the pitch. And a count 1-2.
All right, slider time. This catcher really and I want it a little off the plate. I want to see if he'll chase.
And the pitch. Struck him out looking.
Or if we get a called strike 3.
A borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the dugout. Those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
Quentin Bernard next up for the Blue Jays. That one's in there, 0-1.
All right. I really haven't watched Blue Jays since the 2 World Series they won. Interesting story is my favorite pitcher at the time was David Cone. What caught my attention with David Cone is I realized 2 years in a row he led all of baseball in strikeouts, and he was on pace to do that again for the 3rd year in a row. He got traded to the Blue Jays, and when he got traded to the Blue Jays, he actually almost became the National League strikeout champion. John Smoltz beat him by 1 strikeout. And David Cone didn't even pitch for like 2 months in the National League. He still led all the majors. So 3 years in a row, David Cone was the strikeout king. And he almost led the Nationals in a year when he didn't play 2 months there.
Hit on the ground to the right side.
That's foul.
And that's just foul.
All right, what do we want to do here? Splitter? Let's see if we can't get him to chase.
Here's the 0-2. Swings
Got him.
and misses, struck him out.
Well, anytime you can punch out
And
the top 2 guys in a lineup to start
let
an
them
inning,
talk.
got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Okay, so now here's how into baseball I was at that time. The year before, I started making predictions on who was going to win the World Series. And I would wait for the season to get going for a little bit. The year before, I called that the Twins were going to win the World Series. They were going to be champions. And what made me call that was they played a game against the A's, who was the dominant team at the time. And the Twins had this come-from-behind win on ESPN.
Get punched out on strikes.
Shut up.
Take some notes from the dugout. When you get your chance, go up there and hit the ball hard somewhere.
And when the Twins won that game, I just went, yeah, I think the Twins are going to win. And they ended up beating the Braves in 7. The very next year, the moment I heard about that trade of David Cone going to the Blue Jays, even though it was probably more than likely just me going, oh, my favorite player's going to this team, I went, the instant that trade happened, Blue Jays are going to win the World Series. And they did.
Blue Jays go down in order. They trail things here 2-0.
Now, to be honest, those are the only 2 years that I really follow baseball close enough, because I believe the very next year, I didn't watch as much baseball because we lost the New York station that would play Mets games.
What's really cool about George Springer's story is what he has overcome. As a kid, he had a lot of anxiety, and he had a stutter. And he's a guy now that speaks publicly and does so marvelously as a great spokesperson for young people who struggle with stuttering.
Yeah, the Stuttering Association for the Young, SAY is the acronym, and George Springer doing a great job representing that organization.
Ball, I got it.
That takes care of Springer. 1 up, 1 down.
Okay, now that they've shut up, they're about to talk.
The designated hitter, Brandon.
Up to the plate is Brandon Belt. 3 for 7 in the series so far.
Okay, so as I was going to say, I didn't follow baseball that as well the next year because for some reason we lost the station where I could watch my Mets games. And I wasn't the type of person that would just watch a ball game because it was on. I wanted to watch my team. So when I realized we no longer had the station that played Mets games, I was just like, I'm done.
As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
So when I realized that I was no longer going to be able to follow Mets games, I really hadn't followed baseball as closely as I used to. If the Mets are on, I will watch. Otherwise, I haven't been paying attention for years.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Had him out front for strike 3.
Well, he's really dialed in, and this offense is going to have to do something to try to break that rhythm. Maybe it's square around the bunt, step out of the box, agitate him a little bit, do something that just changes what's happening right now, because at this pace, it's going to be a long game, so you got to figure it out quickly.
So that is partially why I really don't know who plays nowadays. I'm starting to get figure out who's who.
Try to work a walk if you can. You've got a big power bat behind you in the on-deck circle, and with 2 outs, 1 swing can put you right back in this ball game.
The next offering misses, and a count 2-1.
I mean, in a way, it's kind of the same thing with all my teams because I don't follow my local teams. I don't care for any Texas team, to be honest. I remember last year, whenever I streamed last year's MLB The Show, a friend of mine came on to my Twitch and it's like, hey, congratulations for winning the World Series. Like, yeah, thanks. I don't give a shit about Houston. And I don't give a shit about the Rangers. That was my grandfather's team, was the Rangers. No one else in my family cares about baseball.
Back here at Rogers,
my grandfather would have actually been happy to see the Rangers finally win the World Series, but he did not survive long enough to see that. I think that is a curveball.
And he took home a Gold Glove in 2021. On the ground.
That's an out.
Horner over to first. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd.
Because my grandfather, he passed around the time of Rafael Palmeiro and
now it's Dalton Varsho.
Nolan Ryan. I think Jose Canseco had already been in the Rangers and had the home run bounce off of his head.
One down.
There's a strike.
So, yeah, my grandfather would have loved to have seen the Rangers finally win the World Series. Just didn't happen for him. Okay, that looked like a change-up call.
One down, base is empty. And fouled.
Ow! But yeah, I've been a Mets fan since I started watching baseball. I've been a Dolphins fan since I was a kid with football. And I've been a Penguin fan since I was a kid in hockey.
And 1-2.
And for the few years that I followed basketball, I was a Bulls fan. This was the days of Jordan. When Jordan retired, I stopped caring about basketball, so my brother and mother are the fans of those. 1 second. Okay, bear with me. I just got dinner, so I will be mute while I eat.
Swings
Got him.
through that, and it's a strikeout.
It may have been a
Two out.
slider he was calling, but I saw the fingers wiggle.
Batting ninth.
2 outs, base is empty. Kevin Biggio up to the plate.
Biggio.
In there for strike one. Biggio, 27 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick back in 2016.
Am I understanding this is Craig Biggio's son? I remember watching him. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of the Astros, but I did like watching Craig Biggio hit.
Strike 2.
That split is a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Fastball. Let's see if he'll chase.
0-2 now. And now
Nope.
1-2.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well. So much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
Oof. No, get away from my pot roast.
Another 1-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays, and they're down 2-0.
Yeah, Zoe, don't think I don't see you reaching, slowly moving towards my food.
Now
No.
here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Santiago Espinal. Woodson back to work. Now one missed.
Well, these Jays just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone?
Are you
We'll
watching
see,
the
but
same
think
game
they
I
have
am? Because they ain't chasing.
Righty delivers. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2.
Fastball? All right.
And down on strikes. One gone here.
We're going to take a look at the pitch sequence of that at bat, and the thing to notice are the pitch locations. Every single one of them on the edges of the strike zone, and as a hitter, that can be pretty frustrating because you don't expect the pitcher to be able to make quality pitches one after another like that. And so those are tough spots to do damage, and a great demonstration of pitch command, and it got him a punch out that time.
Now here is Winton Bernard. In there, and it's 0-1.
Yep, that's why I'm a control pitcher.
The Blue Jays still looking for their first hit in this one.
Stop talking about it. Oh, That looked like it bounced up into the no-no zone. I want to see if he'll chase the slider away.
0-2 now.
Yep.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Tasked
Bad.
with 1, 2, and 3 to start this inning, but no trouble so far. I'm sure he'd love to strike out the side here.
Yes, I would.
Statement, but you got to be composed in this spot. Focus on getting this next guy. You got 2 good outs. Want to get the third one and avoid the middle of that lineup coming up with a base runner. Could become dangerous.
Bichette up to the dish. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. First pitch just misses. Bichette,
That's an obvious
pick,
strike.
2016, and a kid who comes from pretty good baseball family. His dad Dante played for California, Milwaukee, Colorado, Cincinnati, and Boston over 14 big league seasons, and Dante could swing it.
Yeah,
I
and you
don't
just get the
remember this
sense
guy.
in watching Bo that this guy, all he wants to do is win. A gamer, goes hard, and wants to lead that ball club to a championship.
Next offering misses.
Did this Dante Bichette
Really good run, perhaps a
play
little bit too much on that
before or
two-seamer.
after my
Couldn't hold
time?
the
I don't
corner.
remember this guy.
Swing and a miss. 2-2 now. Swings and misses.
Sit down, son.
And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning.
Go talk to your daddy.
Down in order go the Blue Jays. Still down 3-0. Bottom
Quit
of the
staring
inning,
at my food.
Springer.
For Toronto, the right fielders, Joe
What we got?
Springer.
The right-hander back to work. And a swing and a miss there.
Well, these Blue Jays, they're not going to be happy with the at-bats they've been having so far. We're in the
I'm
back
fine
half
with
of
it.
the game, and they're still searching for a base
Okay.
runner. He's been
Stop
great
talking
out there
about
on
it.
the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
Hey, strike this guy out. Let's go.
And the
Going for
0-2.
it.
That misses off the outside edge.
And as we get deeper, it's not going to get any easier. These at-bats are going to feel more and more desperate with every out the rest of the way.
Springer swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And one away.
Well, that's the effect of the splitter that you're looking for on the mound. Really nice pitch right there and had him out in front over the top. I'm sure the batter was thinking he was getting something else, perhaps a fastball with a little more straight and velo to it.
Bell batting for the second time.
Sorry,
And
I'm
it's
not as
strike
talkative
one.
as I said. I am eating dinner.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
Okay, let's see if he'll chase.
And that one off the outside edge.
It's a good take.
Yeah, that was a good take. I would have protected.
And a ball even.
That's strike
He's really
3.
tightening up his hitting zone with 2
Hey,
strikes
do you
here.
need my
I love
fucking
it.
glasses, you blind ass son of a bitch?
And he
There we
chases
go.
that one. 2 away.
Well, he didn't get the call on the mound the pitch before. Felt like he should have had him looking, I think. But, you know, that's good composure right there. He found a way to come back with another good pitch to get him to swing and miss.
Sounds like my childhood.
Kirk in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Here we go now. Let's go.
Check swing, and he held up. Chris
Oh,
Alejandro
I would've
Kirk,
checked. I would've
stocky
tested that
catcher,
one.
An all-star in 2022. This guy can hit.
Yeah, he can, and really just surprised everyone coming onto the scene, doing such a great job that became an all-star with very little big league experience before that.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. So 5 perfect innings in the books. 5 innings complete. It's the Cubs 3 and the Jays nothing. And here is Matt Chapman. His righty-lefty splits there.
I was muted there. I want them to stop talking about it. You're not supposed to talk about it. I keep telling you that. Okay.
The wind of the pitch.
Check
Started
that.
after it.
Oh,
Tried to
come
hold
on.
up. Now a look to first. No swing. Next offering is in for a strike.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Next offering upstairs.
Okay.
I always remember watching Johan Santana
Stop it.
pitch, and when he was in his prime, you would see a lot of guys out in front, right-handers pulling that change up in the stands and then fouling the fastball the opposite field up into the stands.
Right.
Righty to the plate.
Oh, shit.
In there, base hit.
Because they kept talking about it.
And the bid for history is gone.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there
Okay.
are a lot of hits there.
Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. Struck out swinging his first time.
Wait, Blue Jays have a Blue Jay for a mascot? I've never seen the mascot.
Ball one, no
That's
strikes.
That's 3 times I've thrown that, and you called it a ball.
Right here, try to close that gap, but you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
All right, I gotta get my timing for in the
Usually a high
stretch
level of
again.
confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
The 2-0 is in for a strike. Left-hand batter waits. There's a strike. Chapman gets his lead at first with nobody out. Swings through
Change up.
it, and that's a strikeout.
May have been a slider, but I saw the fingers wiggle.
Lots of strikeouts. That was number 14.
Yeah, clearly trusting his stuff in this one, Boog. Feeling really good about what he's working with, and that really allows a guy to attack hitters.
Stop looking at my pot
Such an
roast.
important mindset to have out there on the mound, especially when you're ahead in the count with 2 strikes.
And here's the first baseman, Kevin Biggio. There's a strike. The pitch. That's in there. No balls, 2 strikes. Good job to fight that one off.
I'll give him credit there. Good job. No.
0-2 now. And that one upstairs.
You see how the catcher wanted that pitch up and in. Want to try to tie him up. That's the one thing we're seeing, that high fastball. You have to get it up there because of how hitters have changed their swings.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's down on strikes for the second time today.
Zoe, I see you eyeing my pot roast. Go away.
After giving up the leadoff single, back-to-back strikeouts. So They haven't been able to move that runner up, get him in the scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Espinal in the box again. Takes
I see you
Well, this
edging
looks like it's gonna be
closer.
a
Get
wasted
back.
opportunity. It's frustrating when you get the leadoff man on, but you can't get him into scoring position. They're going to need a big knock. Try to put something up on the board.
Next
Ain't
pitch
happening.
misses, and the count even 1-1.
Sorry. She really made a move there, and I got distracted. Stop it.
And the right-hander deals. Swing and a miss.
Sit down,
and he is
son.
down on strikes for the third straight at bat. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. 7th inning coming up. It's the Cubs 3 and the Jays nothing. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the center fielder, Winton Bernard. The Jays in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
Get the fuck back.
Check swing. Now
She
we'll look down to
really just
first.
lunged
And
for it.
yes, he did. That's a swing, according to Earl Hendricks.
I didn't even pay attention to my pitching because she just got up and lunged for the pot roast. You get the fuck back. I have no idea what he called. I'm going to do a curveball.
And that one is lifted in the air. Horner sizes this one up. Can't get there. Base hit. Man
Damn
aboard
it.
on the leadoff
All right.
single.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far. No runs across either. And he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
So up next for Toronto, Bo Bichette, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Runner at first with no outs here. That misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Sorry, I got like 2 distractions. I got a cat trying to make moves towards my food, and I got a runner on first that I'm keeping an eye on.
And the righty deals. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
There we go.
That's to third. Beats to second. Out there. To first. Double play. Nicely done.
I think there's always something pretty about watching a 5-4-3 double play get turned. I mean,
It was very
just seeing
pretty.
the ball whipped around the diamond with quickness and accuracy. That was nice.
And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Way high.
A little early. All right. All right. You want a little bit? Here. Here. I'll give you that. Go ahead and eat that. All right. Let's do a splitter. I didn't really see what he called.
1-0. Foul ball.
Don't sniff it. Eat it. You fucking wanted it. Eat it.
That one's in there. And
Now
that
don't
is
get into the
strike
habit
2.
of reaching for my food again. I will beat your ass. My ex learned not to reach for my food. That bite on her hand, I don't think is ever going to heal.
2 outs here.
The other way, and he beats the shift.
No runner, go home.
Why
he
go
found
home?
himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Brandon Bell getting ready to hit. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. That's in for a strike. Throw to second. Out. And that'll end the inning.
Well, trying to get into scoring position, but a great catch and throw to end
They changed
the
my
inning.
sound
That's the way
effects.
to pick up the pitcher.
On to the bottom of the eighth, and now to the plate. Here's the Toronto DH.
This
Brandon
might
Bell.
be my last inning.
And he deals. Out towards right
All right, that's
center
an out.
field. Ortega gets under it. Makes the grab. One away.
All right.
Now batting, the catcher.
And now for the Jays, Alejandro Kirk. He is at the top of the game in terms of defense at the catching spot. Yeah, there's the strike.
My hand's a little greasy, so I lost my grip on the stick. Sorry.
Preparation for their pitchers, for
That looked
hitters,
horrible.
And really, their number one job is to guide that staff through a ball game. And so when you also can turn it up offensively and be a force there, that is a win-win. Every manager's dream.
Let me see if he'll chase.
The 0-2. Up the middle.
Still got what I wanted.
And a couple of quick outs.
Now batting,
Are you sated now?
Here's Matt Chapman. 1 for 2.
All right, so that looked like a broken change to me.
That one's in there, 0-1.
0-1.
Splitter, all right. Okay. Fastball, all right. At the very least, this is a setup.
Struck him out looking. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone. Blue Jays go down.
Am I going to go for a complete game shutout?
3-0.
No. Unless they get runs, here comes this closer.
New pitcher in the
Called
game
it.
for the Cubs, Brad Boxberger.
Woohoo!
And he's coming in to pitch on 4 days rest right here. And that might not be a factor at all in terms of being rusty, but he should definitely be well rested.
And we
Even
win.
though these guys got the win and this guy got the save, you could tell he's a little dejected. Not the performance
Why?
that he wanted, giving up a couple of runs. But in the end, gotta be happy that you got the W. Team can go in the clubhouse and celebrate.
He
this
almost
victory.
blew the save.
3-2 final score in this
He
one.
almost blew the
Cubs
save.
go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our
Oh.
entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
That would have been my luck that he blows the save on a great performance like that. We went 8 innings, gave up 3 hits, 17 strikeouts. Ooh. If I could have closed it and it struck out the side, I would have been tied for the record of 20 strikeouts in one game and the second Cub to do that. No walks, no earned runs. Whew. That was a good game against the best team in the league. Not even the league, all of baseball right now. All right. And we got some gold equipment. And we got some money. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, the only thing I have is that. I know I don't need a glove. What does this do? Concentrate. No. 4 and 5. 4 and 5. the sad thing is I already have a really good glove, and I already have a really good elbow pad. So, and what's funny is I do not have a gold, what's this called? Ritual item. But the one I have is better than this for me. But let's go ahead and get the Wizard's backflip. So we had a really good game there. We've been doing really well in the MLB right now. All right, so we are not going to participate in the crosstown rivalry. Our next game is going to be against okay. Our next game is going to be against Kansas City, and we don't even know who we're going to play against because they're not that far. So let's sim through. Of course, we lost. All right. Ooh, fastball velocity and Ks go up. Curveball control. Home runs. Don't care about that because I'm not a base runner. Ooh. That could be good too. Okay, let me look at that. 35 and 37. Either way, it's the same. Yeah, either way, it's the same. Let's just do the bullpen session. All right, and we've won one game since I pitched. What happened to the team that was leading the division? What happened to us? What is our standings right now? Are we... Now we're 4.5 games back. How about we're still in the wild card, but then the team that we traded our best player to is coming after us. Knock these assholes out. Probably knock these assholes out too. Sorry, I have a deep hatred of the Dodgers because 1988, the Mets were supposed to go to the World Series and got beat by the Dodgers, who then beat the A's. So, fuck the Dodgers. Fuck the Braves. Alright, well anyway, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, feel free to subscribe for more. You can follow me on Twitch where I do stream MLB The Show and other games. I'll see you guys next time.